Alright, everything's fine. We're back. Once again, I'm taking forever to switch up all my audio settings, but it's okay. I managed to figure it out. Yeah, it's one of them days. So, hopefully I'll be a little bit more mentally aware in Game 2 here, but maybe not also. Just saying, that's a reasonable possibility that I'm going to say a lot of really stupid stuff and not be paying attention half of this game. So.
I blanked out when you said that, so I think I'm in the same boat.
This is good. This is good. Between the two of us, we might have, like, one coherent caster. So when one of us drops out of commission, the other one has to pick up the slack, because otherwise this is going to get real bad.
I hear Voodoo being picked up. I like it.
Yeah, Voodoo did get picked up.
But why do they pick Tempest? Like, doesn't that just make the game last longer?
Yeah, but Tempest is a good hero.
They know that they can stomp these guys. I mean, they know that they can surely outskill these great walk players. Why don't they try to finish early? To, you know, have some rest before their next set of games, Quincy. Yes.
Because maybe they want to practice some stuff. This is a good environment to do stuff like, we don't pick Voodoo Jester. Nobody picks Voodoo Jester. Let's pick Voodoo Jester and see what happens. I think Voodoo Jester's a good hero. And I really like it here.
I do too, and I'm glad. It's just, I think he's not very possible for every situation, because, I mean...
Sure.
The acid cocktail takes a fucking year to arrive anywhere.
They do need to increase the speed on that, I think.
Yeah, like what they did to Monarch's thing, but then with the Voodoo. But at the same time, would that make Voodoo too OP?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I mean, if you have the acid cocktail on just 2 people, right? 2 people. Each one takes 200 damage, and that's when you max the skill. So that's so little. That's nothing. 200 damage when it's maxed. Like, the fuck are you doing, Voodoo? Come on.
And then you consider stuff like Curse Ground is such a good spell, but the range on it is still so short, and it actually has a decent enough cast time, so it's pretty difficult to hit, unless you have something like a Kraken or a Tempest that prevents everybody from running away, and you can hit a bunch of people with it at the same time. Or a Pharaoh, for that matter.
That's an ideal situation. That's like barely ever going to happen. Like, usually you can hit it if, you know, you're running after your acid cocktail, although it takes like a year to arrive. If you're running after it for a year, I'm guessing you'll probably be there if the hero doesn't have an escape, like almost every single suicide hero in the game. So Voodoo Jester really isn't good against any against any suicide unless he has a stunner with him in lane. So blah blah blah, bullshit. Continue me bullshitting around about a Voodoo Jester who can't reach people with Curse Ground. Yeah.
Well, fans.
Although his ulti,
stop talking.
His ulti, insane.
His ulti's really good in this lineup. That's all we're gonna say about that. Dr. Pulse for the Magus, first 2 bans for Clock. Switchblade Parasite get taken out by the Hellborn side. So, pretty typical bans. Nothing particularly surprising about any of those. Keeper of the Forest, Silhouette, and Wretched Hag will be removed by Ogre in the second stage. Soulstealer Silhouette, Soulstealer Flux, and Puppet Master for the Hellborn team. So, both sides banning out a Strength Initiator type and some carries. As apparently the Hellborn don't really want to deal with the Tempest Keeper combination, but I don't know if that was really on the board, because if you put Tempest and Keeper, if you put Keeper on top of this Legion lineup, they don't have any damage. And like, even with Voodoo,
well, I mean, Voodoo does some damage, right?
Voodoo does do some damage, but not enough.
Yeah. I mean, Kraken does some damage as well if given the chance to with Splash, but it's still not the same as, let's say, a Chipper.
Or Malakin. Just throwing it out there.
Malakin doesn't do that much damage until, like, late game.
Yeah, but
like, why are they trying to delay this? This is such a boring draft, Quincy.
I mean, if they hit a 5-man Tempest hole, they could win.
But look at what the Hellborn are doing.
It's so defensive. Where's their damage?
Dude, their draft is like, okay, that's a nice hero now. I like that. Like, look at the damage now. That's insane. That's great.
Alright, it's the Ravener.
Yeah, but there is no... What is the strategy on the Hellborn side? There is no strategy.
Everything
there is no strategy. There is no strategy.
I like the Ravener along with the Bubbles and the Pharaoh.
Oh my god.
That's fine. It's really too defensive in general, but there's
Ophelia plus the heroes that they have doesn't make any sense. Like, unless they're just going for that one early tower push, it's going to be like, oh, look, Ophelia has done most of the things that he needed to do. But for the rest, I mean, they have very limited team fight.
Yes, they definitely do.
Like, unless they're just going for that one early tower push, it's going to be like, oh, look, Ophelia has done most of the things that he needed to do. But for the rest, I mean, they have very limited team fight. Like, the Tempest ulti isn't the only thing they need to be worried about. They need to be worried about the Kraken, about the fucking Malikan ulti, the Kinesis just massacring everyone, and then on top of that,
Voodoo Ward.
Kraken with an ulti, that's pretty
Spirit
strong.
Ward.
You can't really, and it's so strong versus like a Pharaoh. Like
Yeah.
Pharaoh fucks up his walls once, goodbye Pharaoh. You're done. You're done with this game.
Yeah. So I mean, I get why they use the Pharaoh to counterpick the Tempest because they wanted to have some Tempest cancel. But they already had bubbles, and they're gonna have Skeleton Kings presumably from Ophelia. So that pick really felt like it was kind of stupid.
I know that Crush plays a pretty good one.
Yeah, Crush likes Pharaoh. That's a hero we've seen from him a lot, but I don't think it's justified here.
Like, to be honest, man, I would prefer having a Geomancer. Geomancer and Bubbles are
Yeah.
quite a nice combo.
A lot of magic damage, a lot of range.
Or
Especially
put
early
the
on.
Bubble Suicide in a Flux middle. That would make them have an insane team fight team because Bubbles plus Flux together, ooh. Anyways, they might fight.
No, they're not going to. Legion drop Ward of Sight. And then they back out. So, let's see what the lane shape up here has, but it looks like it's going to get the Suicide Kinesis in Masera's hands. And middle lane will be the Kraken, probably bot, going to be Voodoo Jester and Malikan, which is not really a great lane in my opinion, but up against a Pharaoh, it could actually do really, really well, because Voodoo Jester is fantastic against Pharaoh. You want to talk about heroes that can't avoid a Curse Ground? How about one that's just like, I'm going to put a big circle around myself and I can't move for like a second or two. That's great. And actually, Voodoo Jester with Pharaoh is also fantastic for a similar reason. It's one of the very few Pharaoh dual lanes I actually like.
Dual lane with Pharaoh?
Yeah. Don't do it much. It's like I said, but one of the very few dual lanes with Pharaoh I actually
Voodoo
like.
Jester Ravener. Voodoo Jester
I guess I could
Ravener
see
is
that.
a really, really strong lane.
Good amount of burst.
Yeah.
The Kinesis Voodoo Jester is also one that's ridiculously powerful.
Yeah, lift, E, yeah.
Yeah, lift into Curse Ground into... Hey, look, here's a bunch of magic damage. Guess what? You're gonna die, and there's literally nothing you can do about it.
Yeah. Anyways,
It's
Voodoo
pretty
was late
fantastic.
to the lane,
He
so
was.
Crush is like, I've got some XP.
Yay.
And he's actually getting lane control really easily against Nox, which is kind of... Or is he?
Well, there's an Archer on the Legion side, but there's 3 creeps now, and so I think this Archer's gonna die. It's gonna be lane control in favor of the Legion team. Yeah, they're gonna get it back.
But it's a level 2 Pharaoh already. Like,
Right.
he's gotten a lot of XP. If he actually mans up on Voodoo, level 1 Malikan doesn't do shit. I'm just gonna put it like that. Level 1 Malikan has a sword throw, but the sword doesn't even slow for the maximum amount, right?
Right. Up top lane, Kinesis. Gonna get jumped on right here. Starting to throw some stuff on the Ravener, so he took a fair bit of damage right there, but ended up dying. Yet.
Time.
Oh, time. 125, 126, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 2. So my prediction is that Kinesis dies at least once in this top lane, if not more than once, because
Or
so
it gets
far,
the kill and then completely stops the lane.
I don't think that's going to happen. Mostly because so far, I don't think I've seen anybody really effectively play Suicide Kinesis, other than Boxy.
Except for Boxy.
Yeah.
Boxy.
He's literally the only person that seems to have this thing figured out. And especially in this situation, Kinesis should do really well. If he literally just keeps throwing creeps at the Rhapsody,
Support.
then what's she gonna do?
But Pharaoh is just like
Yeah, he's
getting
level
rid of
3.
all of Malikan's mana right now, and he's doing a great job, to be honest. Like, Cluck is not really doing anything to stop him getting XP, and that's all Pharaoh needs. Like, he reaches level 6, and he ganks a place, and then it's a dead hero.
Well, I mean, what's
generally.
Voodoo just gonna do? It's like we talked about in the drafting phase. I mean, this is not a babysit support hero. He's much more
No,
offensive.
but it's also because he's... Like, if you saw where the lane was originally, it's because Voodoo wasn't there at the start. Like, look at what he's doing now to the Pharaoh. This is what he could have been doing the entire time, but he was late to the lane, and because he's late to the lane, he's not able to really truly box him out anymore.
They're gonna drop a
Except
Curse Ground
if he
right
hits
there,
a Curse Ground.
and there's actually gonna be a good amount of damage right here. So this Pharaoh's definitely gonna die. Question is who's gonna get the kill. It's probably gonna be the Voodoo Jester as the ticks continue to work him down. Yeah, so that's gonna be one more tick and a dead Pharaoh. There it is. Bloodlust goes to Cluckmuck right there. So just as we're talking about how horrible this lane is for Shrek yourself, they're like, we're gonna kill something. I get what you're saying. I feel like that actually Kinesis' top lane will get hit by Ball Lightning. There's a Skeleton King net over the side as well, so they stack stuns a little bit there, but it won't matter. as Vetches picks up the last kill. So Ravener, both suicides dying, and Ravener unfortunately will be the second kill, which is
Nice farm this.
I love this. More teams need to do this. It's so much more entertaining when
Really?
it's
Even in
hilarious.
Diamond? Like, do you like Insania's rambling about fucking Roshan being killed? I don't like that at
Okay,
all.
it's kind of amusing the first couple of times you do it, but when you do it every single game, then it's like, all right, that's not funny anymore. Because
Yeah,
it's the same
that's
thing.
my
You
point.
beat a joke to death, and it's like it's not interesting. Anyway,
Okay, Nisus.
yeah, once again, he's gonna die, is my guess.
Wow,
He's
he
activating
went too
Stormblades,
badly.
and he's gonna fall. So Rhapsody actually got really close to falling right there, but it will be the Kinesis death yet again. So my prediction has come true, and Misera, unfortunately, feeding a couple of kills in this top lane. And
Because he's like, oh no.
yeah, he's getting a little bit too aggressive. The strange thing is, this is apparently how you're supposed to play Suicide Kinesis with mana potions, and you
No.
just spend your early portion of the lane continuously harassing people out.
You have to
But-
realize that you can't actually kill someone unless they make a mistake until
Right.
you're like level 5 or 6. That's when Kinesis really does things. But now he's even gonna like leave because apparently Ravener is too strong without boots.
Well, on top of the staccato stun, I think he kind of is.
He can get lane control though, and levels are far more important for him. I don't know how he's gonna really gank that effectively.
Well, they can kill Pharaoh in the bottom lane if he roams down there. They're trying to go for this Bubbles in mid, though, and I don't think it's going to be nearly as effective. Well, maybe it will be. Charge forward. Bubbles actually going to get the Shell Surf off, and he pops an Invis Rune as well. Here comes Ophelia, the Catman Stomp, as well as a Skeleton King net, as Bubbles wants to still get this counter kill, but probably won't be able to find it. Bottom lane, they do manage to finish off Crush, but they're all of a sudden looking to chase onto this Kinesis, or maybe the Kraken. Catman Stomp, once again, is going to be there, but the charge away on Mighty Marcus, and he will be just fine. So ganks from both sides in the middle lane, and neither is successful. Meanwhile, the Suicide goes down once again, so the Suicides for both teams really not having a good time.
And meanwhile, Tempest is just farming away at 300 GPM.
Yep. And
Which is
Ophelia
nice.
is not, because she's Ophelia.
Well, Ophelia is quite high level, to be honest. Ophelia has done quite well for the levels.
She's level 5.
What, you disagree?
She has 267 experience from it. She's below 5 heroes in this game. The only heroes that she's
Yeah,
above
but-
are the supports and the Suicide.
But you sometimes feel that when you're playing Ophelia, you're so incredibly underleveled, like it takes forever to get your 4th creep,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. You mean third creep?
Which is, yeah.
One
I
of
mean,
them.
I call Ophelia a creep, sorry.
Oh, one of them numbers. Oh, bottom
Ophelia's
lane,
just a creep.
Bubbles. There's 4 heroes here to control this rune. Actually, the stun will be disjointed right there as he pops to his shell. And Pharaoh
But
sort
what is
of...
Misera doing? Like, Misera is wasting so much time. Like,
Don't know.
Tariq is running around just as much as him. And that means that they kind of cancel each other out in usefulness. Only now he's forcing things. Misera's trying to force things, and you never want to do that. Okay, he's just gonna take over mid. He's like, Mighty Marcus, I don't like you. I'm gonna take your farm.
Go stack the Ancients or something, man. Come on.
Yeah, like don't waste my time. Don't waste my time.
Alright. I mean, you can't kill him, but Malakin will be able to take them out pretty easily once he gets his Whispering Helm, so... It's a valuable thing to be doing, especially because you're not running a dual support lineup, so it's not like somebody else will be doing it this early on, and might as well just take free tripled Ancients. In fact, I do play
Kinesis is
Ophelia,
just chill.
by the way. You bastards in
You
Twitch
do
chat.
play Ophelia?
I do play Ophelia. Not very well, but for some reason I've won a bunch of games on Ophelia, despite the fact that I'm mostly incompetent with that hero.
Well, because a walking heal is sometimes better than an incompetent parasite.
I'm actually not that
Right.
bad at Parasite, thank you very much.
No, but like, I'm comparing it to other players rather than you. Like, if you have an incompetent parasite on your team, you might as well just CC because
Right.
he's literally useless. But at least Ophelia can still stand in base and heal you.
I can do that, and sometimes I can even get the spells from my creeps off. It's rare. One of my proudest moments was when I killed a Thunderbringer in middle lane because I perfectly comboed every single one of my Skeleton King and Dual Minotaur spells.
You're learning from the master Shorkan.
I- No, this is actually well before I learned anything from Shorkan, and the only things I learned from Shorkan have not helped my Ophelia play.
No, you know, sometimes I did things. Like versus what was it, Willowkeeper? When I helped Dan hook or Sluske hook so many people because I actually did things. It was great.
That's nice. Nobody cares about us,
Anyways.
though, Shorkan. They're killing towers in this game.
Cares.
Legion side lost one at the top, and the Hellborn will be losing one here at the bottom. Actually, going to jump on top of the Pharaoh right here. We're going to draw some more TP support, though. First round going to go onto the Pharaoh as that Cocktail's bouncing around doing a ton of damage. Easy kill on the Crush one, but they do manage to finish off the Voodoo Jester in the background. As King Nikke has jumped forward. Sword Throw's actually going to miss on the bubbles right here. And he has Shell Surf back up in 4 seconds, so my guess is he'll be fine. Tempest Toll is available, but they need to time it particularly well. The silence is there, and then there's the Shell Surf away, so King Nikke will be just fine. So, nice play. And,
I like how he didn't take cover, by the way. That's nice.
Hey, who needs it?
Like, no, but seriously, like, getting that silence. We've talked about this so many times with bubbles, but, like, the silence is so important for life and all of it. And
it is good.
By Masera.
Oh. No, he's fine. What are you talking about? He's fine.
Well, look how many hits he needed.
They're going to chase down this Ravener, actually, because there's a haster on the Kraken, and he's got an ultimate. Actually, the Kraken was about to cast something right there and then ran away. Ball Lightning will connect on him. He's going to get the charge back in. Curse Ground, I think it did connect, but either way, it doesn't matter.
Wow.
Sarah was like, I'm going to go steal that kill, thanks so much.
Guess what? Voodoo Jester stunned a creep, and the stun went right back to Vetches. I feel kind of bad for him, because there were 4 or 3 creeps to hit, and it's like, oh no, I'm going to hit you, because fuck you, you know what?
Yeah.
That's why.
Well, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
Just saying. Probably wasn't going to make a difference. Oh my god. Nox used his Whispering Helm creep. It's a miracle. And he can go
Does he never do that?
Send it over to Stack the Ancients. No, I think he does it plenty, but I mean, we've seen a number of games where people do not use their Whispering Helm.
Probusk?
He might have been. I don't know.
I don't know.
But it's happened.
Remember that time he didn't use his book?
Yeah, on Silencer.
Silencer?
On
What?
Vindicator.
Yeah, thank you.
Why'd you say
I
Silencer?
just got the Gandalf. You said Silencer.
Oh, I didn't.
I just got the Gandalf skin. But it has a fucking book. I'm so disappointed. Why does it have a motherfucking book? Why isn't it a staff? Like, have you ever seen Gandalf hold a book?
I don't.
In any of the movies?
I haven't seen any of the movies. I think we've talked about this before. I don't watch.
You've never seen the movies?
I've never seen the movies. I've never seen any of the Lord of
I
the
don't
Rings
think
movies.
we.
There you go. Twisted
First of all,
Fusion
I'm not
Malak
okay with
players.
this.
That sounds about right. Anyway, Middle Lane's getting to jump on bubbles. Gets destroyed with a sword throw from Nox. And by the way, Shrek is loved, taking a pretty good early lead here in this game. 5-3 hero field advantage, but more importantly, the golden experience is moving quite well in their favor. They also took out a mid-tier 1 tower at some point. I completely missed when that happened, but apparently it did. So they're up on map control as well. Ophelia going to finish off an Astrolabe here. She's going for the early boots, which is not something that we see a ton of on Ophelia. Very often it'll be Astrolabe and Ring of Sorcery even before she gets boots. But,
I don't know. I like the boots.
yeah, me too.
Because the creeps are 350 movement speed when you get them maxed, and like lagging behind as an Ophelia can be drastic sometimes because your own auto attacks deal more damage than the creeps damage. So never underestimate the damage of an attacking creep called Ophelia.
And I honestly, that's just one of the things that bugs me is when people don't get boots within a reasonable time, even especially if they're on a hero that like has a good amount of farm. Just get boots. I mean, as far as 500 gold goes, that's about the best investment you can make in the entire game. Like, I
think you made a quote, like you quoted something last time about boots being the best item in the game, and Archwood just lost the Minotaur for no reason.
Did I say boots were the best item in the game last time?
Yeah, you were.
I mean, they probably are.
Like movement speed is the best stat in the game.
Yeah, I do think movement speed is the most important stat in the game.
Yeah. Well, Archwood lost his Minotaur, and now he's so lucky that he finds another one at the other hard camp. What the hell? That's insane.
He's RNG.
He had one. He's. There's only one RNGesus.
We're gonna see
Anyways, Bubble's gonna try to counter push. Thank you for stealing the words right out of my mouth, dear Quincy.
Well,
I love it when you do that.
It's my responsibility to direct what we talk about here, and apparently we're on the same page, which is good.
I think we've long
All
Like
right.
long ago, that stopped being the case. About you directing
Well,
what way the conversation is going.
it
You know?
depends. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. You're too out of control, Shorkan. I can't hold
Sometimes
you
being the key word. Can't hold me down.
down. Anyways, your
Anyways,
bottom lane
bottom is
gonna
going to fall.
Yeah. God damn it! Stop talking about this.
The Legion have overrun
Meanwhile, in
Why are
mid
you
lane.
doing this? That's exactly where I am right now too. So. Yeah, so Bubbles really shouldn't be able to get too much in the bottom lane. They won't be able to kill him either. And middle lane push will get backed off right there as Kraken defends it with his haste rune. Poured it in, looked for a kill, couldn't find it. And the Ophelia Astrolabe means that they need to start grouping up and pushing here, especially considering she also doesn't bring a sorcery. So I have a relatively
This is where I'm like-
mid-game oriented team, and so go fight, guys, because you're not going to win this if this goes late.
Yeah, like that's what I was thinking though. Like, what's the point of Ophelia? This draft doesn't make sense to me.
No, I think it makes a lot of sense if they want to go fight stuff now. Like, it's 15 minutes,
and
you
you
have
know-
a Ravener with 400 GPM and a bunch of really mid-game oriented heroes. Go take a fight. Go find somebody to pick off. You should be able to kill them really, really fast. You have heavily defensive spells, so your push should be good between the dance floor and the Ophelia, and I mean, go do something, but they're just watching Pharaoh farm in the middle lane, and Ravener's in the jungle. Like, this is not what you're supposed to do with this lineup.
Well, I mean, he is getting his PK now. Maybe that's what they're waiting for. It's in the courier.
Okay.
But yeah, I agree with you. Like, I don't know.
And it's even more of a mid-game oriented pickup, which means that if they continue to farm right here, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I mean, he's just trying to keep his charges up right now, but he should be running top and getting a free kill on Kinesis,
Right.
who has a Kraken for backup. Which he doesn't know about because Veld rot.
They're going to sort of group up here in the middle lane, and I like that, as they're going to try to take on a mid-tier 1 tower. It's probably a good decision, but they're doing it so slowly because they're just baiting this Pharaoh, and they've been baiting the Pharaoh for like the last minute and a half, and clearly nobody's coming. I mean, I don't know what they think is going to happen. They have wards of sight all over the place in this middle lane, so they're going to see anybody coming from a mile away, and nobody is taking this. So it's Pharaoh going to start pushing in here.
Anyways, Lightning picked up on Malikan.
Yep. Saw that. It was interesting. I like it.
Yeah.
I don't actually like it that much, but lightning is fun, so I like it.
I like it for entertainment purposes
Right.
and nothing else. Like,
I
they're
mean-
pushing without their Abyssal right now. This is what I hate about like Raveners.
Right.
They have to keep their charges up, but sometimes they take it so far as to just go into the woods instead of actually pushing a lane because they have one of the best push items in the game. It's called an Abyssal.
Mm-hmm. And a number of the best push heroes. They also have a portal key on Bubbles, so if their timing isn't now, I don't know when it's going to be. Because
Yeah.
I just don't see a situation in which... I mean, Malikan's also nearing 500 GPM.
Ravener's dead. Ravener's so
Nah,
dead.
I don't think so. He's backing off.
Or maybe.
Because there's a ward of sight deep in this top lane that spotted the entire Legion team coming
Yeah.
up there, so...
Which was nice.
Yeah, there's a good ward there. From Tyreek. See if they can find anything here. Vetcha's in the middle of this, perhaps trying to get something, but the rotation is going to take a while because Ophelia has to bring all of her creeps up there. Crush One's still in the middle lane, by the way.
And the charges are gone.
Yep.
Ravener has no charges. Like, if they wanted to initiate, they should have initiated. Now, nothing's going to
They
happen.
actually could have killed
like
that Rhapsody right there, I think. No, they're going to try to. Cracking a portal key into the woods behind there. With the torrent down there. Teleport coming in as well. That's going to be Pharaoh. Get the charge, though, and the release of Kraken right on the face. Rhapsody Ultimate, though, is going to get a bunch of damage saved. Nobody dying quite yet. Tempestall, though, isn't going to be canceled unless they kill him, which they will. First one down. Second one, though, is Ravener. There goes Pharaoh as well. Kraken's still going to fall despite that. And the cask helping to finish off Archwood on that Ophelia. All of a sudden, Rhapsody continues to take some cask bounces, and that'll be a third kill for for Nox, and a fourth overall for the Legion side. So a really good team fight from the guys on Shrek is Love, and they're up pretty substantially here. So I don't know. Well, silence out from Bubbles, and there she's just going to be able to teleport away out the Shell Surf, but here comes the stun, not going to be take covered, because he didn't have it off cooldown. Kinesis looking for a lift, is going to find it, but there's just too much mana there, or mana and health. And Legion don't want to dive that tier 2 to get a potential Bubbles kill, which wasn't guaranteed. Speaking of bubbles,
though.
yeah, he really wants more, and he wants to go for this Kinesis, but I'm not sure if that's going to work out all that well. Actually, it will. Kinesis and Inherent Defense not going to do enough damage. Curse Crown goes through. It did hit Bubbles, and he will die if these auto attacks continue to be traded. Nice to take cover there. He's going to stop a tick. He's going to get, nope, going to get killed. Well played from Cluck, actually. And is he going to get this juke off? Wow. No, he's still in a lot of trouble. Stormblades get activated right there, and that'll be another kill for Vetches as he manages to find the Voodoo Jester, but still. Not bad. Oh. Wrath of Pharaoh in the middle lane? Nope, not going to find it though. Malakin gets away with the sword throw, and Pharaoh will pick off a couple of ancient kills, but Kraken going to find him right here. Hellfire is still activated though, and it's a bit of a problem as a result. Malakin quite low. They don't want to take this fight. Kraken Ultimate is available, but Pharaoh had plenty of backup, so in the end both teams look like they're going to back off. Kinesis? Nope, don't do it. Don't do it, Masera. You won't do it. Good.
You have been rambling on for so long that I don't even know what to say. About, like, you know...
I wasn't rambling.
You were saying... You were rambling.
There was stuff happening.
Yeah, there was stuff happening, but it wasn't important because no one died.
Well, I didn't know that when it was happening. Maybe somebody could have died. People were using stuff and fighting each other, so hey.
That's very true. But, you know, they did kind of get a gold deficit to be slightly less now because apparently Shirkus Love has been wasting time.
Well, I mean, the 5-man push for them this early on doesn't do too much because they can massively outfarm the other team, and they were doing that when they were all in separate lanes, but when they group up and push a tower, they don't get an advantage because the Hellborn aren't pushing out all 3 lanes. They're basically just sitting around as Ravener and occasionally Pharaoh farm. Anyway, there's going to be the jump right there. Kraken completely whiffing a charge. There's still the release Kraken right on top of the Stasis Smash, and actually Archwood is going to survive thanks to that Rhapsody ultimate, but the possession in the background going to put a fear effect on everybody. Here comes Ravener up onto Malakin. Wrath of Pharaoh's background as well, but Ophelia still not going to be able to survive. Malakin trying to run away. Can't find the angle, though. It's a 1-for-1 at this point as Pharaoh gets away thanks to Mummy Walls. And Kinesis looking for some more. Kraken going to miss another charge. There's a stun, though, onto the Rhapsody. That's going to be a second kill from the Legion team, even though the Stasis Smash mitigated some damage. So, 2-for-1 in favor of Shrek is Love. They also defend their mid-tier 1 tower, but they lose their Malakin, and that's not the greatest trade. Still probably a good one, but as far as who you're giving up and who you're getting, that's not really what you're looking for. Cluck going to use the stun in the middle lane, and Pharaoh could be looking for an opening. Yeah, he gets the Hellfire off, and there's my balls, but a nice tablet away from Voodoo Jester. He should be fine. Curse Crown completely misses, and the rocket will hit him, but Stasis Smash is going to stop, and yeah, all of a sudden Vetches is in a lot of trouble. He gets to charge into the trees, so Mighty Mark is finally hitting one of them. He is pretty fast, though. Yeah, the mana battery or the power supply is going to keep him alive, and he's going to go back in this looking for some more, but the Tempest, though, and Airstun is there to help finish him off. Pharaoh starting to fight 4 versus 1, but all of a sudden the rest of the Hellborn team is here. Mummy Wall is up, and that actually backs everybody off, so he'll be able to survive as Voodoo Jester falls as well. Tempest looks like he's getting locked down by the Staccato Stuns. Last auto attack from Rhapsody will finish him off. Stasis Smash, though, is there, and it will be a death on Tyreek, as he could not get away from it. The rocket doesn't kill anything, and Bubbles gets away with the Portal Key and Shell Surf combination, so everybody dying.
What the hell is happening? There's so much action. But
yeah. Oh, by the way, Malakin getting a kill on Ophelia.
Oh, yeah. And I am super confused as to why the Ravener does not have a Chalice, because he's constantly out of mana.
Well, he's got a mana battery, so that's helpful, I guess, but, yeah. I don't think he has enough health to have a Chalice. He has 1200 health.
No, but the thing is, while farming woods, you can just keep using the Chalice, because he's going to be farming woods because he's a Ravener. And then you have the Abyssal to just keep your health up.
Sure.
And that's the reason for the Chalice. Like, the mana battery is nice, but to be honest, the Chalice is way more valuable, so that you're at full mana and can just burst
bottom lane.
down.
Speaking of bursting people down, actually Voodoo Jester will get the tablet away, but it's going to not result in a safety because the ball lightning was still on him, so he ports to it. Finishes off that kill on a Cluck, and Vetches is going to maintain his 400 GPM here. Still substantially below Malakin, and probably won't be catching up anytime soon. But, yeah, Ogre's still well in control of this game.
Yeah, I mean, Ravener can get out of control, but do you see what I mean? He's half mana, and he has no way of getting it back right now.
Right. I mean, he has
so he
natural
needs
regen from the Abyssal, but yeah, he does need some sort of mana item here. I mean, I get what you're saying. I don't think he can get a Chalice, though, especially because in the middle of these team fights, it's going to result in him continuously hurting himself. He doesn't have enough health to deal with that. Well, they get the Kelp Field onto Kraken here, but he's really tanky. He gets the push poke over the ledge as well. Can't find it. Release the Kraken. Is going to be used right on top of his face, actually, and so Pharaoh's going to all of a sudden be in a lot of trouble with the Rhapsody ultimate, saving a bunch of damage. Kinesis in the background, trying to put Stasis Smash on people. He is eventually going to get 2 kills, or help get 2 kills, as both the Rhapsody and Pharaoh fall. Kinesis going to be able to get on out of there. Kraken, another beautiful charge right there. Ball Lightning does hit on Tempest, but he can't go through it and teleport away from Ravener. He will be just fine. Meanwhile, Bubbles looking to perhaps finish somebody off, but there's nobody that's nearly low enough to go after. So another engagement,
Except for the Kinesis.
and another who's not even close to him and has too much backup. Yeah. Another engagement,
but
and another good fight for Ogre.
Get a Chalice, like, you know now. You know now, right?
I mean, it's fine if
Right
he's
now.
farming, but in that sort of engagement, a Chalice is just going to kill him quicker.
That's not the point, though. He was out of mana, and he could have done more if he had mana. Like, he's so mana dependent, and he went for Lightning instead of Shrunken as well. And, like, you can't do that. This is the time where they need to succeed, and they're failing.
I don't think he should go Shrunken in this game. I think if he wants to get tanky, he needs burst. He just needs help. Anyway, Rhapsody gonna get found out right here as she was trying to do ward that ward site from Legion side, which probably eventually will get killed, but now it wasn't worth it anymore. No, because look at the Legion team. The ultimate from Voodoo Jester is physical. The Kraken ultimate is superior magic. The Tempest Hole is not going to really care about a Shrunken. As the middle lane, they're going to catch Pharaoh here as well. There's the burst from Kinesis, and once again, the Legion side get another kill, and they're just roaming as 5 with the pub train here and picking people off in every single lane. So,
Okay, but at the same time, the Sword Throw magic, the
Kinesis
Stun
is
and
magic.
the Meteor are magic, then Kinesis is fully magic, and then Kraken Torrent is magic, Charge is magic, the Stun from Voodoo Jester is magic. The only problem that Ravener has is that he gets locked down. And if you can get rid of, let's say, 50% of the lockdown with the Shuriken, I'd say go for it.
I don't think he can necessarily get 50% of the lockdown away with the Shrunken head.
Really?
And
The only thing then would be the
It's
Kraken ulti and the Tempest ulti.
Kraken ulti and the Tempest ulti, but again, he's the carry, so it's not like they're going to ignore him. Anyway, release the Kraken right on the face of Ophelia. Another nice Rhapsody ultimate, saving much damage, so they're going to have to turn their attention to her. Meanwhile, Stasis Smash on Ravener in the background. Will he get out of this? Yeah, he will, but not before Ophelia, and he eventually died. Denver Pro on the Tempest finally falls, but the barbed armor on Pharaoh's can be ignored. Clockmuk getting trapped in the mummy walls here, and it looks like he's going to fall. Malakin is back in, though. There's 1 kill and 2, and eventually it ends up in a hat trick, as all of a sudden Bubbles is going to be here in the background, and can't find the escape route. Kraken, no, I'll just wait for him. No, he get the portal key. What a player. And
King
Malakin
Nikke.
didn't throw port to the sword throw, but yeah, he'll be fine. What's he doing?
Eliminated.
He just threw a shell surf, and okay, I'm really confused as to what that was
Where
from.
did he throw it to? He threw it
To the
down.
bottom right, yeah. Like, and then he just didn't, and then he just stood there, and then he teleported away. I'm just saying. That was weird. Yeah, I agree with Twitch chat. Get Dawnbringer. I'd much rather see a light brand than a blood chalice.
Well, he gets bursted down even with a Dawnbringer. It's too little health. Did you see what just happened in that fight?
Yeah.
Like, they didn't even use a Tempest or Kraken ulti on him, and he just got killed because damage. But
used
maybe
the
that's
Tempest
because
ult,
they're
I think.
also... No, not really. Well, they used it, but I mean, it had effect of maybe 1
They
second.
didn't really need to all that much, yeah, I guess. I mean, at this point, Shrek's love is so far ahead that I don't know how much it matters. And he's not going to have a Shrunken anytime soon if he goes, even if he goes for that. I feel like Shrunken Head is not...
I just think the lightning was bad.
Yeah, that wasn't great. If he had gone for a Dawnbringer first item, it would have given the farm that he needed, sort of. And it also...
Yeah.
Ophelia going to get caught. No, the cast didn't bounce for some reason, but there's a Voodoo Jester ultimate. It's not going to deal nearly enough damage, except Kraken's here all of a sudden, so now it will. Archwood is definitely going to fall to the cursed ground, and for some reason they want to keep focusing him. Don't know why. Kraken will pop a Shrunken Head right here. Release the Kraken on the face of Bubbles. Gets the tablet out, though, and he should eventually survive this. Actually, Malakin is going to be able to finish off Rhapsody, and the barbed armor from Pharaoh, they just don't care. They're going to work right through it. Kelpfield onto Malakin only, and he's going to be able to get a Shell Surf and Portal Key on out, so... King Nikke will survive, but they still do lose another 3 heroes in the Hellborn Woods, excuse me. And, yeah, it's just, I mean, it's 26 to 13 hero kills, and the Hellborn have no map control whatsoever. They are safe nowhere. They're continuously getting picked up just outside of their base or in their own woods, and this is quickly going very badly for Mewtwo. And I mean, is it the Ravener? I don't necessarily think it's the Ravener or the item choices that he's made. They haven't really been good. I'll agree with you on that, but they've continuously been getting killed in all of these lanes. Their laning phase wasn't particularly good, and the window that this team had to start making something happen has passed for a while now. And when they had it open, they didn't do anything with it. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's hard for me to say, oh man, Ravener, you really should have gotten these items. Which, yeah, he should have. But even if he had itemized perfectly, I'm not sure if it really would have made a significant difference here.
Yeah, I just really don't like the Ophelia in this game. I mean,
Yeah,
the
it's not
Pharaoh
doing much.
Pharaoh did a lot of work this game. I think Pharaoh did a great amount of work this game. Like, he's been disruptive as he should be. He's done quite some damage with his Hellfire, you know. He's done stuff. And Bubbles has done his job quite well as well. I mean, he wasn't always there when he was needed, but other than that, it's just the fact that they got picked off and they lost the laning phase.
I mean, I think Bubbles has done great. I don't know about Pharaoh. And anyway, they're going to get the jump once here again. They're going to try to go for the Tempest on the Ravener. He does have a Shrunken Head, by the way, so that'll be one kill, but Ophelia gets picked off in the meantime. There goes Rhapsody as well. Shrunken Head, a Ravener trying to chase down this Voodoo Jester. A couple more attacks will finish it off, and they do get that. Actually, Bubbles picking up the kill right there. And Pharaoh's going to turn that. Once the Shrunken Head wears off, he's just dead. So he gets a couple of kills, but
He did do quite a lot of work with his Shrunken, and if...
I mean, he got kills on the two easiest heroes to kill. Maybe Kinesis is easier than Tempest, I don't know.
But like, imagine had he done that in earlier team fights. Imagine he had done that in earlier team fights, so he wouldn't be so screwed now.
King Gate gets wrecked.
Yeah.
I don't think first time Shrunken wouldn't have helped him.
Yeah, but...
If he had gone Dawnbringer into Shrunken, maybe. But...
Dawnbringer is 6.6k gold, though.
Right.
Which is kind of...
I mean, it's not something you can just get, sure, but...
Yeah.
Also, even the build-up to it would have been much more helpful.
Also, the Voodoo Jester's Sun doesn't bounce to targets you can't see. So that's why it didn't bounce to the Catman before.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. Although I feel like he should have had vision on him, but oh well. I like the stasis smash right there. On Kraken. That's kind of funny. Anyway, with the Wrath of Pharaoh, as Crush 1 is taking them on quite a little adventure here, Kraken is going to completely miss the charge again, but it doesn't matter because Nox hits like a truck. So,
that could. But yo, he was just trying to get away. Look at Kraken's health, man.
Yeah.
He was almost dead.
Yeah.
He was dying to Crush.
Yeah.
Well, 25k gold lead, 25k XP lead. Nice how they always stay kind of balanced, the gold and XP leads.
Yeah. And I mean,
like
as much as we've... The other thing is... Sorry, keep going. I thought you were done, but you weren't. No?
That's fine. Interrupt me more.
I think I was going to say was, as much as we've crapped on the Hellborn team here, and they really haven't had that good a game, their draft is a little weird, their decisions have been a little weird in several different ways. I mean, you still got to look at Nox, who's 13-1-11 and nearly 700 gold per minute. I mean, he just had a fantastic time. He's been farming out of his mind, and even though Mighty Marcus has missed a number of stuns, he's still at 435 GPM, and he's 8-1-13. So those two heroes, Misera has recovered extremely well, 300 gold per minute on him and 15 assists, which leads the game. Denver Pros had some nice ultimates, and I mean, this entire Shrek is Love team has definitely done what they needed to do. They've been helped, but it's not like...
Yeah, definitely, but that's what happens when the Ravener, when you have such a team fight team, and then the Hellborn decides to team fight on bad terms.
Right.
Because I mean, Malikin got all those kills because he was literally unharassed.
Yeah.
During all those team fights, nobody targeted him because you don't want to target a Malikin because he's just too tanky, and if you use too much, like the rest of the team is gonna kill you, especially when it's a Voodoo and a Tempest and Kinesis. You know, there's a chance, but you still do need to target the Malikin in the early fights to prevent this from happening. You know,
yeah.
I'm like highlighting the entire screen.
And there's a 4-man kelp build right there, but Bubbles got to run away, and I don't think it's going to do too much. Shrunken Head has popped on Kraken, and actually a lot of damage being taken by Rhapsody there. The one auto attack from Malikin gets the kill. The Kraken ultimately going to lock a couple of heroes down here as well. He's still going to fall, I think, as there's too much damage on him. They also managed to kill Malakin, but the ultimate from Voodoo Gesture is actually doing a lot of damage. He will finally cancel it. Kinesis doesn't really hit his abilities, and result Crush One will survive at least for the meantime, but he Portal Keys away. He should be just fine. Ball Lightning comes through onto Cluckmock, and he's going to die as Ravener ports to it. Meanwhile, Bear actually drops to the Kinesis, even though he got the homing walls off, and Kinesis could be in some trouble nonetheless, trying to avoid those abilities and get his Portal Key off, but might not be sufficient. Stasis Smash goes through, and yeah, he's definitely going to fall right here. Tempest Hole onto 3, and Malakin's back in with a buyout. That's going to result in 1. We'll see if he can get anything else out of this. Ball Lightning does stun him, but the Tempest Stun is also on Vetches right here, and my guess is that he will fall. Malakin was focusing the bubbles, though, and actually Ravener will be able to get out of there. Sword Throw is going to come through, and it will connect onto Bubs. Nope. Ports to it before it actually hits, and all of a sudden, there's the staccatos. Ball Lightning misses, though, and Malakin should be able to walk out of this no problem. Actually, Rhapsody, that wasn't a great plan, and he will die. And also managed to pick off the one Ophelia creep that she actually has going for her. So Rhapsody taking her 10th death of the game. Malakin's back in, up onto Ravener, and he has Ball Landing on him, though, and he's taking a lot of damage. Rhapsody ultimate saving a ton. Ravener will still get the kill as Rhapsody falls, and all of a sudden Tempest getting kicked out of the Hellborn base as well. So multiple buybacks used by both teams, but in the end, the Hellborn do successfully defend their base. And
but that was only because Malakin was diving.
right. I mean, Shrek
like, it was
lovers,
completely
they're not-
unnecessary.
yeah, they're clearly not taking this particularly seriously anymore.
Yeah. Ravener is doing a lot of damage, but unlike Malakin still falls like a fly because honestly he has 0 magic armor.
Yeah.
He has like that's the strength
Which
of
is kinda-
Ravener. Like you can't like after a certain point Mystic Vestments are just not efficient to have anymore as a space, like an item in your inventory, and that just means that Ravener is just gonna hit that much harder. And through Shrunken Head as well, so
I mean, you look at his, he's got
It's kind of
3,100 health, including Whispering Helm and Behemoth's Heart. So it's not like he's out of regen. The issue is that, yeah, he doesn't have Mystic Vestments, so he has literally 0 magic armor against a team that is comprised entirely of magic damage. There is no physical presence on the Hellborn team whatsoever. So, oh, okay, never mind.
Bubbles.
Damn it, Crush.
What? Crush?
Did
What
you
do you mean
Did you
crush?
see the message? I thought somebody died. But he just he put in chat, Crush One has ended Horsebill's bloodbath streak for something gold. He typed it in chat because I thought he died again, because usually that's like, oh, somebody died, but I was like, how did they pick off Malik? But they didn't. It's fine.
Okay. Once you're done with that, I'm gonna look at the fact that Ravener decided to get next level Chain Lightning, which
Yay!
I don't know. I'm kind of
Yay.
skeptical, to be honest. Why do you like it so much?
Why do I like it?
Yeah, I mean,
Because it's fun. Lightning is fun.
it's fun, but
We
like,
almost
it's
never see
bad.
lightning, especially before they changed it. We never saw lightning, and I thought lightning was at least a decent item and deserved to get picked up every so often. Yeah, I know. I'm watching it. It's fine. What a play!
Ravener.
Cluckmuck,
Oh my god.
#1 player. Anyway, they will silence out
Not-
Kraken right here, but speaking of people with lightning, Kraken's got some of his own, because hey, why not? Sheepstick on Bubbles will lock him down for a little bit, but he's just way too tanky for him to do anything about it. Kinesis wants something with his haste rune. Kraken will actually hit this charge onto Bubbles. It looks like King Nikke is going to fall. No, he gets a Shell Surf off, and he might be okay here. Push Book away as well. As nope, it's going to be Rhapsody that gets destroyed. And Kinesis is going to blow up Nikke in the background. I missed both of those kills somehow, despite following them from more or less the beginning. But they both did die. And it looks like Conqueror will
Malik
be
and Solo and Colin.
the next focus. The Legion side. Vetches is farming Ancients.
Big player.
So he has 500 GPM. This Ravener is definitely not poor, but he has no support from his team other than Bubbles. I mean, 200 GPM is the 3rd highest farmer on their team. Luckily, they have.
And that's on both Ophelia and Crush, by the way. And like at this point of the game, you would really like to see Ophelia start picking up items like a sheepstick, for example, because the
Where's she?
lockdown is incredibly important. But
All right, but she's got 200 GPM, so
yeah, I
even if
know,
she goes to receive sheepstick now, she's not gonna have it for 20 minutes
but she's had the same items for the past 20
because
minutes.
she has 200 GPM.
FOB.
No, that it's
Anyway, they're gonna get the jump here on Kraken, so Shorkan head goes off. Background, by the way. Malikan managed to pick off the Rhapsody very easily. There's the Spirit Ward going through from Voodoo Jester doing a lot of damage as well, right through that Shrunken. The Barbed Armor from Pharaoh's going to stop it. In the meantime, they managed to pick off Ophelia as well. As Pharaoh's pretty damn tanky, but he has the Curse Ground on him. Kraken has to be pretty careful about this if he wants to keep going, and it doesn't look like there'll be enough damage to manage to finish him off. Tempest Hole is going to be able to lock down Vetches, and there goes the magic damage in from Kinesis. That's going to help get a kill, as the Sheepstick from Bubbles is on Tempest, but it doesn't really matter here because other people are doing their damage. Bubbles going to come out of the take cover right into a stun. Muck dies because the buyback from Ravener, and that'll be 1-2 kills right off the bat. Tempest could actually get caught out and killed right here as King Nikke still in a little bit of trouble. Nice push book up on the ledge as the Denver Pro gives up the hat trick to Ravener. And all of a sudden, here comes Ravener back in onto Malikan with the portal key, but Kinesis is back in the fight as well. Nice take cover from Bubbles. They continue to play so well, and the push book disjoint into the portal key. King Nikke is #1 right here. And Horsebow will die right there as he finally comes back up with the token, but falls once again. I gotta give him credit.
Ravener holding.
King Nikke has had a hell of a game on those
Yeah,
bubbles.
he's been playing this bubbles really, really well.
Like, I mean, if it wasn't for him, I think they lose already, regardless of how much farm this Ravener has, because there's so much damage that gets used on him, and it just never results in kills. He's destroying the crap out of everything. Oh, Wrath of the Pharaoh is going to hit on Kinesis.
Oh.
Sorry, Stasis Smash is in there as well. Ball Lightning's going to connect because he doesn't move, and wow, he died real fast.
Ursa is gone
Crush
kinetic.
ending up with the kill.
Good, sure.
You
why
know,
not?
sharing the love. Because Vetches is totally not solo carrying this with bubbles. Dual carrying it.
Oh, Crush needs that money, man. He's only got 10 deaths. That's fine.
Only 10.
Only 10. Everything's
But,
okay.
I mean, I think he's done a good job as Pharaoh, because I mean that hero doesn't do much other than you know, fuck up fights for the enemy. Hopefully,
Right.
not your own team.
And he's mostly been the disruptive, annoying hero that he needs to be.
He needs a puzzle box though, just to be slightly more annoying.
Yeah.
I love puzzle box on Pharaoh. It's
I do
really
too.
nice item.
I like puzzle box on a lot of heroes.
I think puzzle box is an item you can pick up on every single hero in every single game, regardless of situation.
Yep. Every game, five puzzle boxes. That's what you should be doing. Even if you're
True.
gonna win, just wait until the timer cools down so that you can buy more puzzle boxes.
No, but I've been seriously considering some heroes on the semi-support role, like, let's say a Pyromancer. If I get a tablet, why not get a puzzle box right after?
Sure.
Because it offers so much to the team.
Mhm.
The movement speed, the mana drain, like,
D-wards.
all I need to get in position, D-wards, all I need to do to get into position, actually, Crush jumping on the
Yeah,
Tempest,
and it's
who
gonna
does
be
not-
eating a ball lightning right there. So Vetch is picking up another kill. He's 15-7.
Yeah.
So we've been mostly writing off the Hellborn team, and I still think we should do that, but they're apparently not willing to give in.
I still don't like how he doesn't have any mana. I mean, look at him running around.
Yeah. And I don't know what he's going to go for here. He's 5,400 gold saved up. I mean, he's going to drop the Steam Boots and get a TP Boots to make
Post-ist.
sure that he can teleport around, because he kind of needs to have that TP.
Yeah,
can't
I don't
push
know.
out.
I really don't like how he upgraded the lightning, to be honest. That should have just been a Dawnbringer from the start, as you said.
Yeah. Probably should have been. And he will sell a teleport right there. And buy a Frostwolf skull, so alright.
I actually do like that to a certain extent. But at the same time, it's just gonna make him tankier. And
Right.
actually, I think it's the right item to buy. Because he wants to keep the lightning. It's the right item to buy. It gives him mana as well, like general stats. It's just kind of sad how now he doesn't have a TP anymore.
Yeah, that could potentially
And
be a
he's
problem.
losing charges. And he doesn't have any charges whatsoever right now. He's gonna lose every single one of them. There's nothing he can do about it.
I mean, this will help his kite factor a lot, because it was possible before for the Legion side to just kind of run away from him. He was super fast, but they have a number of portal keys and push books and other movement abilities that could potentially keep him chasing people down, but Frostwolf will prevent that somewhat.
bottom
Yeah,
row.
and Rhapsody and Malikan are going to find each other. He gets sheep-sticked out right here, but Malikan's still so tanky. They just can't do anything. He pops a possession right off the bat. Portal Key's going on everywhere. Kraken get a charge forward. The kelp field goes through, but eventually hit him. And the release of Kraken is not going to be able to hit anybody either, as Bubbles gets the PK away, actually goes down, and should be able to TP on out of there. The stun from Voodoo Jester manages to connect on Ophelia, so that'll be 1 kill. The Legion side, but doesn't look like they'll get anything else. Bubbles is still proving very annoying down here. He has a DD rune active, and he's going to get away, so the distraction train from Nikkei is somewhat successful.
Like, the huge amount of stuff that they used there without it doing anything
Yep.
is pretty insane. Like, had Ravener been there, I think they could have turned it quite easily.
Yeah.
And now Bubbles is actually TPing.
Well, yeah,
I thought
and
he-
Ravener is going to jump on top of Malikan here, but the Tempest Hall immediately stopped by Wrath of Pharaoh. Another Rhapsody ultimate doing a lot, and Nox is going to fall right off the bat. There goes Mighty Marcus as well. The Curse Ground did hit, and that'll help finish off the Rhapsody, but it's the only kill Legion side have so far. Meanwhile, Tempest is going to fall. Ball Lightning actually is the one that gets that kill right there. Portal Key's all over the place, and Cluckmuck might be able to survive here, but probably not, because Ravener is really, really freaking quick. Looks like he's hasted more or less, but he's not. It doesn't matter. There's no way that Jester's getting out of this. We'll finish him off. It's a hat trick for Vetches, and
Bondi
Base
on the floor.
continues to die.
Their base continues to fall. They should push right now. Nox is down. He does have a buyback, but it's the only buyback, and they've shown they can kill him. They can kill him before he does anything.
Yeah, so Ravener gonna finish out the post haste, and yeah, this is their time. If they want to do anything,
Like,
this is,
why is he farming woods?
he wants to keep his charges up.
No, Quincy, no.
He heard you. You yelled at him before. And you're like, you're gonna lose all your charges. And he's like, fine, I won't lose my charges. I'm gonna go farm stuff.
Like, look at the timers now. They're all up, and
Yeah,
they're
well.
not taking Kong because there is no Kong.
Nope. Anyway,
Wrath
Crush
of
is gonna be
Pharaoh.
able to find Kinesis in the Legion Woods. Nice push book forward, catches him on the wall walls, into the ball lightning, and Kinesis is gonna die. So Vetcha is now matching Nox with 19 hero kills. And that's a genocide, actually, which is something I didn't even realize. But apparently the entire team is dead to Legion. They just respawn, so it's a weird genocide, but
And now they're pushing.
yep. Well, you gotta wait, you know? You gotta give the other team a chance to defend. That's what's called sportsmanship, Shorkan. You might not have it in Europe, but we do it here in America. Anyway, release the Kraken right
they're
on the
jumping.
Vetches, so talking about Shucknets, that's not going to help, as Rhapsody falls before she can get an effective ultimate off again. There goes the the Pharaoh as well, and here comes the Ravener knockdown. That's going to be another kill. They also lose the Ophelia. Bubble's the only one to survive yet again, because apparently he is immortal. Gets the portal key on out, and actually could still be alive right here. Shell surf away. And he's looking for a push book over the ledge. Is he going to get it? Nope, he's going to hide in the trees. He does not have a teleport, so this is still going to be a pretty
he's so
iffy
slippery,
getaway.
man.
I know. King Nikkei
King
just
Nikkei,
cannot
the slippery
die.
Dude, I have a new name for him. King Nikkei, the slippery Swede.
There you go. Well, he's going to run right in the cracker right here. Just look at the portal key off. Cluckmuck will find him, take cover before anything goes off. There's the push book and the puzzle
Sheepstick.
box finally. And the sheepstick, yeah. Why did I say puzzle box? They will find him and kill him. But Jesus Christ.
The Legion have overrun a Hellborn FOB.
And in the meantime,
Yeah,
Ophelia
their
creeps
base is
trying to face off versus big creeps.
Doesn't
Not gonna
work.
happen. No.
So Hellborn will be taking a tier 3 tower up here. We have 30 seconds until the Ravener respawn. He doesn't have a buyback either. Bubbles
Or
will
have
buy
any
out.
charges.
And Rhapsody will naturally respawn here. Ophelia and Pharaoh are going to be back up in a couple of seconds, but they really need Ravener. They can't do much without him. I was going to try to slow us down a little bit, but it just doesn't matter. And
One creep on Ophelia as well.
they don't want to take this fight. Two-man Mummy Wall is right there, but everybody gets push booked out of it. Shrunken Head's going off all over the place. Tempest Hall not going to be canceled. Locks everybody down. There goes Rhapsody and Ophelia and the Pharaoh. Bubbles coming in with a 4-man kelp field as the Shrunkens have worn off at this point, but the cask is bouncing around on everybody, and the Kraken ultimate will hit Vetches, who finally gets a kill on Kraken, but that's about it as another hat trick comes through from Malikan. Actually, the Shrine dies in the middle of that, so distraction successful, and the creeps go in, finish off the game, so ends up being a 2-0 series victory for Shrek is Love. Congrats to them. They will move on to the round of 8. Meanwhile, Mewtwo, aka Grief is Good. Yeah,
Grief is Good.
There we go, found it. Grief is Good will move down to losers bracket round 1. So Anything else, Shorkan? Game series?
Well, I mean, their draft didn't make sense, in
Not
my
really.
opinion. I mean, we mentioned at the start, like Ravener ended up doing a lot of work because he managed to get the farm up, and you saw that he was contending the what's it called, the Malikan, just because of the bubbles. Actually, the bubble sheepstick was the reason why they stayed in that game.
Hmm.
If that sheepstick hadn't been there, Malikan would have just been like, "Tololol, I have a Shorkan, I'm gonna kill all of you." But now with the fact that he actually picked up a Shrunken, Ravener Shrunken was doing a lot. You can't say that it wasn't. Yes?
Yeah, I mean,
Agreed?
it definitely did do quite a lot of things in that game. My question is purely, if he had, for example, gotten a Behemoth's Heart, would...
He still would have gotten locked down.
Yeah, but would they have been able to kill him? And then when the lockdown ends... I mean, like, they kept putting Kraken ultimates on him. He kept getting hit by the Superior Magic Stun on that thing.
Yeah.
And then you have a 5-second
like-
Shrunken, and it's a 2-second stun or something like that on the Kraken, then...
Okay,
it's
at least
pretty
we
much
can
useless.
at least we can both agree that he should not have gotten lightning. Although
Yeah,
it's a fun item, he
he
should
re-
not have gotten lightning.
It's nice for the entertainment factor. I love it for that reason, but it's generally not a great item. There are actually a few heroes that it's good on, but in general, it's not a
Valkyrie.
particularly good item. Sure, Valkyrie, good. Clanks, good. Silhouette, certainly defensible at least in many situations, and in
No.
many situations good. But you don't think it's good on Silhouette?
Oh no, I don't really like it because
I'm saying every game. but-
I think it's good on heroes who have ranged like 600 range carries pretty much, or like at least similar to that, because
that don't have
there's some of
naturally
them
good
that lack
farming
a farming
mechanisms.
ability,
Yeah.
and that's the main reason. Like Silhouette doesn't lack farming ability at all. She has the Q, and she's gonna be around creeps. Like a hard camp drops in like seconds with Silhouette. You don't
Right.
need the lightning to boost your farming. It doesn't make any sense to get lightning to boost your farming when
Well, it's
You've
not
got a
just
farming
a farm.
ability.
It's not just a farm tool, though. I mean, it is a
I mean
pretty good
it
damage
helps
output
in
tool,
team- but then you'd rather want a shield breaker on Silhouette because
which
that does way more damage.
it does do more damage, but then you're using your attack modifier. So depending on whether
Yeah,
you
that's
want
true.
a Whispering Helm or a what was the one I was going to think of? Frostwolf Skull potentially. I mean, there's yeah, and maybe you want to get a shield breaker, which is fine. I'm not
Okay,
saying it's a bad
okay.
item, but okay. Regardless,
Wait. Let me put it to you like this: if you're going to get lightning, you need damage with it because Silhouette already has all these items that increase the attack speed, and sure, you get more of the lightning, right?
mhm.
But it's technically more efficient to, when you have so much attack speed naturally, to have more damage with it rather than increasing that attack speed, because that attack speed becomes useless because of diminishing returns.
Yes. I'm with you
Yes.
as far as that on a normal hero. The only reason I think Silhouette is different is because of Relentless Salvo. Because you additionally
No, but that's
get
the reason why
damage.
she shouldn't get the increased attack speed, because she already has insane attack speed.
Right, but you get additional damage the more attack speed you get as well.
Yeah, but then it's 2,400 gold spent on an item that increases your damage by 200 every so many attacks, when you could have an item that increases your damage by 80 and reduce like close to 80, and reduces the target's armor for your entire team to enjoy as well. With every auto attack, instead of it being every 5 auto attacks, it's now 3 auto attacks that you've already gone ahead of that damage. But anyways, we're closing off the cast. We shouldn't argue about this right now.
Because it doesn't matter. Completely irrelevant to the game we just watched. But speaking of the game we just watched, so yeah, like I said, Ogre will move on. So congrats to them. Very well played, I think, in both games of this series. They pretty much showed that they're a substantially better team than Mewtwo is, and I think Mewtwo maybe have some stuff to work on. The drafting was weird. A lot of the decisions were weird, and I mean, there is definitely individual talent. Like King Neke played out of his freaking mind that game. That Bubbles was ridiculously amazing, but it's only gonna take you so far. Pure talent will beat people in silver. It'll often beat people early on in gold, but as you start to progress up the ladder, it's just not gonna be enough anymore. You need to be better than that.
And you have to see that Ogre is also a really good team compared
Yeah.
to the other teams in Gold, because,
Yeah.
I mean, they have a lot of experience and they've been in Diamond before, so
They are a team.
that
I mean, they're not just
They are a team.
they're not just a group of players. They definitely understand how to work together. So, speaking of that, and they will move on. That's going to do it here for this series.